Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to this 15-minute bedtime stretch. Get completely ready for bed, PJs on, clean your teeth. You can do this practice from bed, and there's a little bit of a shavasana relaxation at the end, so you might just end up drifting off to sleep. We're gonna need some cushions. You can use just your normal bed pillows, bed cushions, pillows, that's a word, blanket or a duvet, and our yoga blocks as well. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can use cushions or anything like that, books, anything kind of chunky that you can use to support yourself. So get completely ready for bed and let's get started. We are going to begin in a seated position, anything that's comfortable for you. So maybe cross-legged, maybe legs out in front of you, maybe even kneeling, whatever's feeling right for you today. Bring the hands down to the knees or the thighs. Just take a couple of big deep breaths here to settle us into this practice and this space. And then when you're ready, bring the right ear down towards the right shoulder, drop the chin to the chest, and slowly make semicircles with the nose over to one side and then the other. Really taking your time with this, moving nice and slowly. Keep that nice deep breath going. And then if it's comfortable, you don't have to, but if it feels okay, take those full circles now, going in one direction and then the other. Just notice if there's any tightness in the neck. And now coming all the way back to center. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up above the head. As you exhale, bring the hands all the way down. And again, inhale, lifting up. This time, bringing the right hand down. And as you inhale, bring the left arm up and over. Coming all the way back to center. Exhale, over to the left. Moving with the breath. Inhale, come up. And exhale, over to the opposite side. Inhale, lift. And exhale over. You can come as deep as you want with these, maybe even dropping the forearm down. But again, just moving nice and slow, whatever feels good. From here, rolling over onto your hands and your knees for a tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Starting to gently stretch out the wrists. So taking circles in one direction and then the other with the body. Again, just taking it nice and easy, noticing how the wrists are feeling. And then coming back to center. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, gaze up. As you exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. Come through a couple of cat-cows here, flexing and extending through the spine. Option to tuck the toes under, and as you exhale, really exaggerate that movement backwards, maybe even coming all the way to the heels, stretching out through the bottoms of the feet. And as you come all the way back up, inhaling. Okay, taking a couple more like that. Again, in your own rhythm of breath. And then bring the toes together, walk the knees out nice and wide, sink the bum all the way back for a child's pose. If the forehead is touching the floor or the mat, just take a little roll from side to side, releasing any tension in the forehead. Couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, rolling all the way back up into tabletop and then lowering the hips all the way down to the floor, coming to lie down onto the belly. Take the gaze over towards the right side, make a pillow with the hands, and then draw the right knee out and up to the side. This is just a really nice, gentle stretch for the inner thigh. Nothing too challenging or too intense, just nice and easy as we're winding down for bedtime.
As you inhale, lift up the chest slightly and thread the left arm underneath the right, finding a little bit of a shoulder stretch, stretching out through the scapula, the upper back, and trying to square the shoulders off again, deepening that stretch. Just breathing here. And then inhale, lift up again, back into that first position, unthreading the arms. Bring the right knee back to join the left and then come over to the other side. So left knee comes out and up to the side, gaze over towards the left side. Again, just noticing a gentle stretch. Maybe you're feeling it in the inner thigh. And breathing here. On an inhale again, lift the chest up slightly, this time threading the right arm underneath the left and come back down to rest onto your front, trying to square the shoulders off, and that will really deepen that stretch. Keep that nice big deep breath going, inhaling and exhaling through the nose if you can. Unthreading that arm and then slowly releasing that left leg back to join the right. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and press all the way back into that child's pose again. Your choice, either wide leg child's pose or bringing the knees together, whatever feels good for you. Inhale, roll it up into a tabletop position again. Bring the knees back underneath the hips. Slide the right knee to the back of the right wrist. Maybe walk the right toes over to the left slightly, and then slide that left leg back, coming into our pigeon pose. You can use a block here as I'm demonstrating underneath that right thigh if you need a little bit of support there. Or you can use the block underneath the forehead as we come down into that pigeon pose. And we're going to hold it here for a few rounds of breath. It's really nice to just release a little bit of tension in the hips before bedtime, especially if we've been sat at desks all day. Our hips can become a little bit kind of stiff in one position all day. So just breathing into that, sending the breath to wherever you're feeling that stretch. Noticing if you're holding any tension anywhere other than the hips. And just try and soften here. A couple more breaths. And then begin to walk the hands back towards you, lifting up. Take a twist over towards that right leg. And then roll over onto the right thigh, the right hip. Bring that left leg, if you can, all the way over. Swing it round and over the top of that right thigh, finding a twist. So take the left hand back behind you. Either hug the left knee in or hook the elbow over the top of that left thigh. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper into that. And then come all the way back over to the other side, counter twist over to the right, and all the way back to center. Unravel the legs, rock over onto the hands and the knees again, finding that tabletop position. Coming to pigeon on the other side, so slide the left knee forward to meet the left wrist, slide that right leg back as well. Inhale, lengthen through the spine as you exhale, folding forwards. And again, we can use that block underneath the forehead if that felt good on the other side, or you can use it to support the left thigh if you feel like you're rolling over onto that left side. And breathing here. Again, just take a little scan of the body all the way from the crown of the head to the toes. Notice if you're holding any tension, maybe in the face, the shoulders, the fingers or the toes, anywhere that you're not needing to hold any tension, and just let it go. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly start to walk the hands back towards you. Take that twist over to the left side. And then move the weight over onto that left side, swinging the right leg if you can, all the way around. And hook the right leg over the top of that left thigh, taking a twist over to the right side. So, right hand back behind you, left elbow either hooking over the knee or the thigh, or hug that knee in. And then coming all the way over to the other side, counter twist over to the left, and all the way back to center. Unravel the legs, bringing the legs all the way out long in front. Move any blocks out of the way we don't need for now, and grab hold of your cushion or your bolster, whatever you're using today, and place the bolster or the cushion on your thighs. You can really pile them up if you've only got pillows, and then find a forward fold. Just let the arms relax down. Feel really supported here, so get as many cushions as you need to just round over the legs. Nice deep breaths into the backs of the legs, just letting everything relax. Couple more breaths. And if you really, if you're really enjoying this pose, you can just pause the video here and stay here as long as you want. Easing yourself back out of that fold, removing the bolster or the pillows out from beneath your legs. And we're going to come all the way down in a moment, coming down to lie onto our back. So make sure you've got your blocks with you as you come down, so you don't have to get up again. Bring the knees into the chest, just take a little rock from side to side. And then bring the soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide. If you want to here, we can use our blocks, so really wedging those blocks underneath the thighs for a little bit of support here as we open the hips. Again, if you don't have blocks, you can use cushions, you can use your duvet, just sort of bunched up under there if you're doing this in bed. And either hands resting down by your sides, or maybe take the arms up above the head like I have done here, mirroring the legs with the arms. Just enjoying this opening through the hips and front of the body, especially if you're taking the arms up above the head. It's really nice. Just starting to slow down the breath even more. We're really winding down now. Deepening the breath where you can. And slowly bring the blocks out from underneath you. Bring the knees back in towards each other and all the way up to the chest. Taking the soles of the feet up towards the sky for happy baby, drawing the knees down towards the ground as you lengthen the tailbone down and away from you. Maybe if it feels good, finding a little bit of movement here with the legs, even rocking from side to side. Then extend the legs all the way out. Take any last little movements here before we come into our Shavasana, the best bit of this bedtime yoga. Grab a blanket if you're just practicing on the mat, or if you want to just pause the video here, you can. Spend as long as you would like in Shavasana. If you're going to sleep now, have a wonderful night's sleep. And I will see you next time. Thank you everyone for joining me. Namaste.